I'm just going to rest on the report and get over to court unless there are questions for me.
All right. We do miss the pizzazz. We're looking forward to it next time.
I'm generally not that great at bringing pizzazz to.
Well, you have a whole month to prepare.
Yeah.
Any questions for the district attorney? Okay, seeing none,
Okay.
it's a good report. Go ahead.
All right.
Make justice happen.
Thank you all.
Okay. Mr. J.R. Santana Carter, our public defender. Sir, good afternoon. Did you bring the pizzazz?
Good afternoon. I guess I'll try my best.
Have him turn his mic on.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
it's not on?
Here we go. All right. Well, I'm also resting on my report, but when I look at the numbers, sad to say that no matter how hard we try on my part and Peter's part, I don't see us working ourselves out of a job anytime soon. Again, family court, they continue to need, people continue to need representation, and the same is with criminal. Numbers seems consistent with the past, and everything has kind of stabilized from the drop during the COVID period. Any questions with regards to the report?
Questions?
Mr. Carter, did you say that is indicative of the criminal justice system in the state of New York overall? Since they just try to manage the problems, to solve them?
I just think that there's issues, and there seems like there will always be issues, and no matter how hard we try to, again, eliminate them, they'll continue to persist, and it seems to be not just New York, but elsewhere.
Thank you.
Okay. Other questions? Looks like job security to me. Okay, we have a little bit of business that we need to do, sir?
Yes, and before I get started on the request to create and fill, based on the comments, I just want to apologize on behalf of my department for the last few months if I have asked for the board to act on something. It's probably been a late submission or kind of out of order, but that's due to the fact that my staff member that will coordinate this is no longer with my office. So again, I offer my apologies with that. That brings me to the request to create and fill a junior accountant position. That position, if allowed, would overtake another position which is vacant. I will not seek to fill that other position. I want to make sure who is hired in this position is duly qualified to handle accounting matters so that they can work alongside with the treasurer's office and with ILS to make sure that the grants are, again, in good standing and all the financial deadlines are met to keep this train on track and operating properly. Their primary function will be administrative, again, to prioritize and making sure the job gets done, which will include making sure when resolutions are to be asked of this board that it's done in a timely and appropriate manner. And that's would be their primary responsibility. So I ask for your approval to create and fill that position. It will be 100% grant funded, and doesn't seem like that grant will expire anytime soon.
Okay, looking for a motion.
Demick will move that.
Thank you. And a second?
Barnes.
Thank you. Discussion.
And this will go away if the funding goes away, is that correct?
That's always the case. Yes.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that is carried. On to the next one.
Thank you. The second one is a joint resolution between myself and the conflict offender to create and fill 2 legal service case manager positions. One would be for each of our office. This is 100% grant funded. Again, it's out of order because the MOE will be calendared later for approval, but we did apply for the grant. The grant was awarded. It's $750,000 over 3 years to fully fund these positions, including furniture, computers, and anything else these staff members will need. When we interview for these positions, we'll be making it very clear to all applicants that it's 100% grant funded and they will serve at the pleasure of, so long as the grant funds are there. With that said, again, the MOE will be in place in time, and some other matters with the board. We'll make sure everything's in order, but again, it's a little out of order, but I know I've been mentioning that this will be coming before you, so I wanted to get before you as soon as possible so we can get moving on it.
Okay, we actually have two. They appear to be identical. One is for yourself and one for conflict
Correct.
defender. All right, we can probably dispose of these right now. Let's do the one for the public defender first. A motion, please.
Second.
Thank you, and a second. Thank you. Discussion on the first one. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. And on the second one, it appears to be an identical form. This one would be for the conflict defender, am I correct?
Correct.
Yes.
All right, a motion, please.
Demick will move that.
Thank you, and a second. Thank you. Discussion on this one, please. Mr. Barnes?
Yeah, the $750,000, is that split between the two?
Yes, over 3 years.
So one gets 375 and the other one gets 375, something like
It's
that?
roughly 250,000 a year, split between the two with, I guess, almost identical line items for each office.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Chairman, can I?
Oh, Terry.
Yes, I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
wanted to expand on that a little bit. JR and Peter have given me the information on the grant. It will be approximately $250,000 a year that will be budgeted. The grant actually was awarded for 2024. It's the third defense, is that what the name of it is? Third defense?
defense.
Yeah. So we're working on getting that budget established for them for this year, and then we'll be asking about using the funds that were allocated for '24. So it could be a potential of 500 right away, and then the third year would be the additional 250.
Okay.
I hope to have that MOE to you next Wednesday for Ways and Means, so.
Okay. Mrs. Burdick?
Mr. Degnan, how many people do you have in your office now with this one added?
With this one, that'd be 3, but we do have a 4th position, so.
Okay. And you
we-
have room for them all? I guess that was,
It's not, we have room in the new building, which is
Right.
coming along great. So, but we do not have room for them right now, but I think that by the time we get the hiring process going, it should coordinate perfectly with the opening of the building.
okay,
is
thank
what
you,
we
because I
anticipate.
wondered where you were going to put them.
We got room, but it'd be a little tight.
Okay. Anything else for the public defender? If not, we'll roll directly into the conflict defender. Anything for the public defender? Okay.
Thank you for your
sir.
time.
Mr. Degnan, good afternoon.
Thank you. I keep trying to get the DA to have more pizzazz, but
Well, you know,
it's
it's
tough.
an on-the-job training program. I'm counting on you.
Right. So, we keep getting them. We have a good panel. We got a lot of people. Things are going pretty well. You know, ILS has been a very generous funder to us and continues
Oh,
to
didn't we do that?
be relatively insistent on us spending the money, so that's good. I mean, the biggest complaint we hear from them is we don't spend enough. So, you know, that's a good problem to have, essentially.
It's a good problem to have. It's just been brought to my attention that I may have been deficient and didn't call for a vote on your legal services case manager. So if that's the case, we should probably vote on that.
I would think.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's carried. Thank you. Good job. All right, so what shall we say about your report? Anything else that,
I think it's self-explanatory. You know, we're excited about the new building. That's going to provide a lot of benefit, I think, to the county. I think it's going to provide really very, very helpful to people coming down and spending time and doing the work that needs to be done. So happy about that.
all right, we appreciate it. Anything, last chance for Mr. Degnan? Yes, Mr. Barnes?
Any second thoughts? on the wish you'd have done something different
On what?
on the building?
Well, it's really kind of not my purview. I'm beholden to ILS. I do whatever they tell me to do, you know. I'm very grateful to them for their money. On this case, I didn't have a lot of input, so I'm very grateful to the county for that end of it. And I think it's going to be really successful, so I don't have a second. I mean, the more I see it, the more I think it's going to be beneficial to the users of it. So, yeah, I'm just happy to have it. I'm not a big second guesser. You know, I just take what I get and be happy with it, just like at home.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for Mr. Degnan? I guess not. Thank you very much,
Thank you
sir.
very much, I appreciate it.
Pizzazz, that's right. Okay, next we have Office of Emergency Management and Fire, our fire coordinator, Mr. Bill Day. Good afternoon, Mr. Day.
Good afternoon. I really don't have anything else to add other than last month, Legislator Demick, you asked about a resource manual. That will be updated hopefully by May, and I will obviously absolutely get it out to everybody.
Okay. On your report here, is there anything that pops out at you that you want to
Nothing
emphasize
really.
or mention?
Nothing really
In
pops
particular?
out.
No?
A lot of training going on.
Yeah,
Both.
well, that's good. That's good. Anyone on the committee have questions for Mr. Day? Apparently not. Thank
like
you.
it.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, up next, our Office of Emergency Management EMS person, Bonnie Van Housen. Bonnie, hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. What have
Everybody
you
has
been up
my
to?
report. The things I want to talk about are actually upcoming. We actually have some training coming up for emergency management for across the county. We're going to do a COOP planning, so a continuity of operations plan. They're going to actually have a training here that's going to be held for all of Western New York. It'll be at the Crossroads on the 22nd and 23rd of April. I'm hoping that we can get a bunch of our department heads and other agencies there for that, so that we can get some good plans going on for continuity of operations. We are also going to be doing an incident command, EOC, Emergency Operations Center training. We're going to be doing that in May. Again, we're going to be putting that out to all the different agencies. So we're bringing some of this emergency management local so that we can get some people trained that will be able to work with us. And then I'm working with the New York State Office of Emergency Management, Western New York Emergency Managers on an access and functional needs plan that we're working at it as a whole region so that we can get plans going to be able to cover all of that and be able to make sure we know where everybody is and what kind of help they need in an emergency.
Okay. Questions for Mrs. Van Housen?
Yes, Bonnie. That emergency operations command training that you're going to have, now, who's that all open to?
Who all is invited to that?
Yeah.
It will be on that one, it's across a lot of them, law enforcement, fire, EMS, county people, county department heads, the law enforcement down to the village law enforcement. So it's across of public health, so it's across a wide array.
Very good. So, we want the public to be aware of this too?
Yes.
Is it, what are we doing to get the word out?
Yep. We are putting it it'll be on the Facebook and it'll be on our website.
Okay. Good. Notices, I assume, are being sent to individual departments?
We sent it out to the fire departments and the EMS departments and to the local, I don't know if they've gone yet. We just got the confirmation this week, so Mandy's in the process of sending them out to all of the different departments.
Thank you.
Okay. Other questions? Thank you very much for all you do, you and your staff. Okay, up next, Mr. Scott Grantier, our probation director. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are we all doing today? I was a little surprised with the comments regarding pizzazz with all my attorney friends have left here, but the abundance of lawyer-related humor that's out there, I just can't understand why they, you know. Thank you. They'll understand, so. My report was submitted, pretty steady numbers heading into 2026, 2025. Our heaviest caseload continues to be pretrial services. But staff continues to do great work. We've had a couple of achievements here recently with, well, first we'll go into the updates. I'll take any questions you have on the report.
I have one. It's just the acronym SCRAM. You may have explained that to me before, but I don't remember. What does that stand for?
I got to think a minute here. It's it's a technology that detects alcohol use through the skin. Secure alcohol monitoring, or as the AM.
I don't need to know what it's called, as long as I know what it does.
I will have a better answer for you next time we meet for that acronym. But it is a technology that we do use for some individuals.
Okay.
Do you have something similar for marijuana or indoor drugs?
Not yet.
Perhaps that's coming. Okay. Other questions? Okay. What else do we have?
Just wanted to update that our upgrade to the financial management system project, which has been the better part of a year. We're in the final stages. We're real excited to have that kind of wrapped up and completed. That's going to serve the department well for the future, and the county well. And a lot of great people have been helping with that project over the last year. So we had one probation supervisor and a probation officer attend the 2-week instructor development course through Alfred State College. I'm very grateful for their investment in that endeavor. That's not an easy course. That's a 2-week commitment of a very intensive course, and they both, I think, are going to be fine instructors moving forward for the probation field. Along that line, we are closer to having a fundamentals of probation curriculum being offered at Alfred State College probably next year. And the idea is to build a pool of instructors region-wide through different counties to have a very probation-centric instructors delivering that curriculum. We do the basic peace officer through Alfred State College. Now we're looking to add the fundamentals of probation. This will be a benefit not only for Allegheny County, but for many counties in Western New York to have that at a great facility at Alfred State. So we're excited about that. For stop DWI updates, I know I wanted to confirm that I attended the Traffic Safety Board meeting in January and was voted to, I was as a board member, to approval for a board member. So Stop DWI will have representation on the Traffic Safety Board moving forward. And we just held another successful Victims Impact Panel last week. We had over 59 registered individuals come in for the Victims Impact Panel. So we hold those on a quarterly basis.
Any questions for Director Grantier? Anything else, sir?
That's all for today.
Thank you for all you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
You too. Okay. Up next, we have our County Sheriff, Sheriff Ciccarello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. You have my reports. Any questions on the individual reports?
I have to say, I appreciate all the detail that you put forth. This is not easy to put forth such a detailed report, but I do appreciate it.
Well, thank you for that. It's our personnel, they do a great job.
On the building security report, there are 4 incidents closed by arrest.
Correct.
And I struggled to read this and get all the information out of it. Is there anything you'd care to share on 4 arrests during?
Yeah, they were
the course of the month?
all warrants. So somebody
okay.
showed up at the facility, they had knowledge that a warrant existed, and they were taken into custody.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. That makes sense.
Yep. So if there are no questions, moving on to business, if that's all right.
Questions for the sheriff, anybody? I guess we're moving on to business.
All right. We have a couple of MOEs. We start with that. The first one I have is the New York State 2024 Statewide Interoperable Communications Grant. It's the SICG formula grant. The Sheriff's Office is requesting approval to accept the New York State Statewide Interoperable Communications Grant. This grant has been awarded to Allegheny County in the amount of $736,507.
Ilya, move it.
Thank you. And a second? Thank you. Discussion. Okay, seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that is carried. Excellent. That's
Okay,
a big number, too. We like that.
We have another New York State Public Safety Answering Point Operations Grant. The Sheriff's Office is requesting the acceptance and establishment of a capital project for the appropriation of the 2024 Public Safety Answering Points Operations Grant, PSAP grant. This has been awarded yearly in the amount of $10 million shared through 57 counties in the city of New York. Allegheny County shares $127,563.
Outstanding. A motion, please.
Stockton.
Thank you. And a second.
Demick will second that.
Thank you. Discussion.
I just comment, I think we should be getting more, but I always think it, but I also want to point out to those listening in especially, and also for the minutes, that there is no local share of either this MOE or the previous one, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is carried. And lastly, we have,
Lastly, we have a request to fill position for a full-time cook. It's to fulfill a vacancy that we currently have, and it is in the budget, Jan.
okay, a motion, please.
Demick
Anyone?
will move it.
Thank you. A second? Thank you. Discussion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that is carried. Excellent. Last chance for questions for the sheriff. Anything? Thank you,
All
Sheriff.
right,
Much
thank you.
appreciated. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, any unfinished business? Any new business? Anything for good of the order?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I just would like to make a comment here regarding our president's congressional address last night, and where he passed and mentioned the passing of his executive order making it a federal crime to kill, murder any police officers. And I think I want to compliment the president on that. It's long overdue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other good of the order? Hearing none, I will take a motion for adjournment, please.
Barnes.
Thank you. In a second. Anyone? Thank you very much. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.